Hello and welcome to Monday. First things first, all the paintings are shipped.
Yay.
We did.
They're out. I know I talked about that yesterday, but they're out. Alex actually took them to the post office, so thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
It was a team effort.
Now we're spending the evening over at Alex and Hayley's because we're having a little. Well, it's multiple things in once, really. It's a holiday party, just as a general holiday party.
Yay!
It's also Joshy D's hot dish stream,
Hot dish holiday.
which we participated in last year. But before then, we're watching Rare Exports, which is a holiday movie that Alex and Hayley really like.
Yeah, my family's into it. Sorry, I felt like I should pose for like the Christmassy.
Yeah, no, that's very good.
Anyway, my family really likes this movie. Yeah, I don't want to say anything about it. Just watch it. It's a Finnish movie, and it's Christmas, and it's rated R.
Heck yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm like semi-familiar with the premise,
Yeah.
so we'll see what it's like, because I've never seen it. But I've heard you talk about it, and I've always wanted to see it, so now we finally get to.
It's a good one.
Do you have a wire coming out of you? Are you?
I'll take that.
Are you?
That's how I
Can
charge.
you lift your legs? I'll take that.
Oh. Oh, for
I
a
just
moment I.
Keep a charger there for guests.
We watched Rare Exports, and it was good. It's a very unique movie,
Yeah.
and I don't know that I can talk about it because I don't want to spoil anything about the movie. It's just better if you don't know anything about it.
We could give a 10-second pause time and then speak about it freely.
Oh, that's a great
But
idea.
Then people would stop
am-
watching this vlog.
I am going to highly recommend, though, that you skip it and just watch it if you've never seen
Yeah.
it. It's very fun to just experience, like, blind, because that's how my family experienced it. It was just like, we thought it looked interesting, we got it, and then we were just like, what is this? Because it's a very interestingly paced movie. So at the start, you can't figure out where it's going. So, anyway, now let's talk.
I thought it was a great coming of age story. Like,
What
There
was
we-
your upbringing like?
there was characters.
He was Owen as a person.
He earned
yeah.
his father's respect.
Yeah, he did. Everyone's respect, really. He became a man.
He did.
No.
Yeah, what did you guys think? Tell me, were you surprised? What did you expect to happen? How much did you like the little boy?
I was
He's a good
expecting
actor.
more of a horror thing.
Yeah,
Like,
slightly more horror.
Yeah, halfway
It
through the
is-
film, it did feel like, oh, this is going to be a horror film, and all the children will die.
Technically, it is horror. It is like fantasy horror.
Yeah,
it's
but
got
all
a
the
lot.
yeah,
I expected a little
Or-
bit more
or
jump
maybe
scare,
more,
gore.
it wasn't like
Yeah.
a tragedy plot though.
But a lot of the gore was at the start, and it was just a pig.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those movies that, like, I guess it technically qualifies as a horror film.
Yeah.
It's not very scary, but it's got the horror elements in it.
Yeah, like I don't really like horror, but my family and I very much enjoy this movie. And when I mentioned it last year, a bunch of your viewers who were Finnish were like, "Yes, finally, someone of culture." So like, it's a really fun movie.
It's mostly a suspense film, but it's a
Yeah.
holiday film, and it's
It just does the holidays a little bit differently.
a little bit,
A little bit.
just a tiny bit.
There's just a tiny bit of human trafficking.
There's a lot.
Just a little bit.
You're not human.
Yeah, I
Okay.
well, no, they are.
There's just a tiny bit of trafficking. Just
Yeah.
trafficking.
Okay, so I did realize.
just
I don't know,
Commerce,
a
baby.
man is in a box and then they put a plate on the box and padlock it.
Yeah, but he's not a man.
So I did realize something watching it this time. It was the first time I actually noticed it, which is weird that it took me this long to notice it because they very much specifically call it out. But when they find the first man in the pit,
Not a man.
no, they pull out his ID, meaning so
Yeah.
so first off, he's an elf. He's not Santa. That's the one thing I forgot. That the first one they catch is an elf. It's not a Santa.
Yeah.
And second of all of the people on the mountain were transformed into elves. It's kind of
Yeah.
like a virus.
Yeah.
Like I didn't
What?
pick up on that.
Yeah.
I thought they just killed them.
No, he had the wallet on him.
Because all their bodies
The
disappeared.
American passport.
All
Yeah, I
the,
thought he
all
killed
the
him and took
Americans
his-
disappeared.
No, they just like repossessed them.
So they must have either sworn or smoked or something in front of.
No, that's right. Remember they had the safety rules. The guy was like,
Follow
"Screw your
these."
safety rules," and then he was elf.
So he was up.
So the children get replaced by wooden dolls and spanked.
which
The
is
adults
terrifying.
the adults become elves.
Yeah,
So they are men.
yeah.
They were.
Oh.
I'm
They
staying
have
out of
like
that
the
fight.
homeopathic essence of man in them, at least.
Anyway, it was good. I liked it because I've never seen anything even remotely close to that. So
Yeah, it's incredibly unique, and my family and I were like completely enamored by it. And I hope that even if like I don't even like horror, but this one was very fun.
It's well executed.
It's more about suspense, and it's a very just like fun holiday film. Where I mean, like scary things kind of happen, but you're having so much fun that it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't pepper you with exposition.
Mm-hmm.
It tells it from the child's perspective, I think, very well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Dan, you
Good
don't like
film.
scary movies. How did you feel?
Oh, that was totally fine.
Yeah.
I was more ready to pee my pants, but I didn't. So
Well, I'm glad because we were
But
sitting
also,
next
if
to
you do that, it's okay if you pee your pants or poop your pants sometimes.
yeah.
It just made me want to watch more Christmas horror movies. There's actually a lot of them. So
I feel like the movie has a lot of heart. Like, cause you guys experience like the sadness of the of him talking with his dad at the start,
Yeah.
like it really pulls on your heartstrings. Like the characters are actually real, like you feel for them.
Mhm.
And I love that.
I'm glad we finally got to see this movie because you've talked about it for a long time. And what is it? This and Muppets
Yeah, there you go. Those are the two movies, and then White Christmas.
and White Christmas. Yeah,
Slightly different vibes.
All three are very different vibes.
Yeah.
Those
That's
are
all
my
right.
3 favorite Christmas movies, and now most of you have experienced all of them, so I can die now. The secret is to make sure that the tops are fully cooked before the cheese goes on.
That's the secret.
Anyway, thanks for joining me for this funny event that my friends and I do every year.
I mean, it does result in me getting to eat tater tot hot dish.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And I adapt the recipe for you.
it's very win-win. Oh, because it normally has corn.
Usually you can just buy a thing of like mixed veggies, but that has corn in it.
Thank you.
So we just did peas and green beans this year.
I appreciate it. Yeah, corn and me. I wish we were on better terms.
It's fine.
It looks very good.
I'm glad that you guys liked the movie though.
Do you need?
It stopped.
Okay.
That's what my nose is for. But I just like that you guys are joining me. It's very fun. And I like that Joshy D, who is like one of like the big internet friends that I made late in my life out of nowhere. It's fun to have you guys participate in his event. He's going to be reading, so his whole thing is that during these events he reads a book that's from like a classic scholastic book fair.
Mm-hmm.
So he's done like New Kids on the Block and stuff like that, and like Vanilla Ice.
Paula Abdul.
Yeah, Vanilla. And this year he announced that it's Hanson.
Ooh.
But the thing about these books is like they're so like bizarrely sanitized because they were at Scholastic Book Fair. So like the Vanilla Ice one is just talking about like how humble he is, and then also how like he hates drugs. It's like all the stuff we heard in school, It's like it's very funny. It's hilarious, and it's a very strange niche. But it's really fun to actually have a meal with a bunch of internet strangers, I feel like.
There is a camaraderie of other people making the same thing at one time.
People who only tune in for
For this thing?
stream, and that's all. Because they found that they like tater tot hot dish.
Oh, there it goes. Well, I can't wait to learn something about Hanson.
And here from the heartland of Oklahoma is Hanson with their debut single, Bop. As listeners everywhere tried to hear the lyrics, the question arose, who is Hanson?
Look at this.
Hot dish.
It looks amazing.
I'm excited. Y'all dig in.
It probably tastes
It
amazing.
probably tastes amazing.
Fingers
Amazing
crossed.
last year.
We'll know in seconds.
Some people say they like it with hot sauce with ketchup, but all I have is spicy ketchup.
Spicy ketchup is like
Preferable.
mild hot
He's the
sauce.
one.
Yeah, that's accurate. We learned a lot about Hanson.
Yep.
In fact,
Every single person they met in their entire careers.
There's nothing else left to know about Hanson.
Yeah,
There wasn't
we have
much
learned
to learn
everything
in
about
the first
Hanson.
place.
I think
We exceeded the Wikipedia page on Hanson.
we learned too much about Hanson. I learned more than I wanted to know about
I
Hanson.
need to deprogram.
And I
from
still feel
learning
like
about Hanson.
I feel like I didn't actually learn any.
No, there wasn't much to learn.
I came into it knowing that they did Umbop, and I came out of it knowing that they did Umbop.
And this is why the hot dish stream is important.
Yeah, I agree. I enjoyed the hot dish.
Yeah, thank you for hot
Very
dish.
good hot dish.
Whew. I'm tired. I had a really wonderful time. The hot dish that Hayley made was delicious, as it was last year. And it's just really nice to hang out and spend time with everyone. That being said, I am tired, and I'm also a little alarmed because I looked at my watch and it was like Christmas is in a week, and I was like, what? What? But that's actually true. 7 days away, good Lord. There's still so many things to do. There's still so many things to do. Things that are like, that kind of came out of nowhere, right? I was talking yesterday about like the bookkeeping stuff. We got to fix that. We have to get our tire patched because there is a hole in the tire. That was fun because I had driven the car the other day. Mal had driven the car, and then I drove the car. Whenever I got in the car the next day, one of the tires was really low, and I was like, like it can fluctuate, but that was a big drop. So I filled that tire up, and I was like, if it's low again tomorrow, that's bad. And then Mal and I got in the car the next day, and it was low again, and I was like, oh crap. So we didn't drive tonight to go over to Alex and Hayley's. Dan drove, but me and Mal are gonna have to deal with that tire soon because I got to go back to Myrtle Beach in just a few days. So it's going to be too difficult to try and make an appointment. The reason I know is that I looked around at places to try and make an appointment, and that not anytime soon. So I'm going to have to try and do like a walk-in, just like call ahead and be like, if I came now, could you do this? And hope that they can, and then also hope that it can be patched, because depending on where the leak in the tire is, you might need a new tire. I'm going to cross my fingers on that one. Anyway, all right, that's it. I got to get some sleep. Thank you so much for watching. Let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?